Hello, good morning, guys. Welcome to JS Testing Academy. Welcome to the second part of our video in the series Test Automation Architect. Okay, in the previous video, we saw about abstract classes and interface. This time, we are going to see the basic of this, the very foundation, which is asked in lot of interviews to understand the architecture and the difference between Selenium 3 and 4. Okay, so first let's understand the architecture. Okay, so Selenium, you all know, is a browser automation tool, right? So it is used to test the functionality of an application. So, okay, so you all know all these basics. But if you ask me the architecture, okay, so first what happens, right? We know the drivers, right? Selenium browser drivers. It extends the protected class that is an remote WebDriver, and remote WebDriver implements right an interface WebDriver, and WebDriver extends search context that is a parent one. This is the right hierarchy of our Selenium architecture. Okay, through the driver, it extends the remote web driver. Remote WebDriver implements methods of WebDriver which extends the search context. And if you see this diagram, right, the Selenium architecture, the user writes the scripts through client library, Selenium client library like C Sharp, Java, Python, Perl, Ruby, right? They writes in the various programming language, and it communicates with the Selenium WebDriver, with the browser driver, with the help of JSON Wire Protocol. So the client interacts or communicates with the JSON Wire Protocol, and it interacts with the different browser drivers like Chrome driver, Gecko driver, Safari driver, Opera driver, and Edge driver. This browser drivers translates WebDriver commands into browser specific actions. Some browser driven commands like get, find element. So it translates WebDriver commands into action. Get URL, maximize, minimize. Some browser specific actions. Chrome browser, some actions. The browser executes the commands received by the browser drivers. And if you are using in a Selenium grid, this browser, this commands, right, distributes the test execution across the various multiple machines and browsers. Let me tell again. The user writes the scripts through the client library with various programming language. Those programming language is being communicated to browser drivers with the help of JSON Wire Protocol. It is used to communicate between the client library and the browser drivers. The browser drivers translate the WebDriver command which we give in the client library into a browser specific action. For example, Chrome browser specific action, Firefox browser specific action, and this browser executes the command received from the browser driver. It launches, opens, enters a username, enters a password. Then if you are using any grid, that is being distributed across the various machines and browsers. And there is a very common question: what is the difference between Selenium 3 and Selenium 4? In Selenium 4, there is an enhanced WebDriver APIs for improved functionality and performance. Enhanced APIs, a lot of API, enhanced APIs are added in Selenium 4. Okay, and there is a full support for WebDriver protocol, where the WebDriver protocol has the improved compatibility and reduces issues across different browsers. The browser issues which is there in the Selenium 3 has been overcome, reduced with the help of WebDriver protocol. And there are a lot of relative locators have been used. For example, find element for a particular position, example above, below, to left of, to right of, like that. Some browse relative locator methods has been added more in the Selenium 4. Next, there has been a enhanced window handling is been added more. Window management is been enhanced capability of handling more windows has been added here. For example, driver, there is one line we can write, driver dot switch to new window and window type dot tab. So it is used to able to handle more windows in a better way. Okay. Next, it has better performance and speed when compared to Selenium 3. There is a better documentation when compared to 3. Okay. There is a support for Chromium Edge browser here. Before there was a limited support, now there is a more support here, and there is a better communication and interaction between the browser and the script. There is a better communication, right? The add support tools for a better browser automation, better communication is being added more. And the Selenium grid supports Docker, which is used for easier deployment. And there is a feature like Selenium integration has been added. Now this supports Docker in a very bigger way. Then there are a lot of advanced interactions like drag and drop, context click has been added more. Full support of Chromium Edge browser, enhanced wait mechanism has been added here. And that we can capture lot of console logs, and interacting with network request has been captured betterly in Selenium 4. So all these things are the difference between a Selenium 3 and a Selenium 4. Continue to watch this series in Test Automation Architect. Thanks for watching the video. We'll see you soon in the next part of video. Bye.